This is the frost. This is the one without foam. Guys, can you see? Can you see how fine it is? This is the one with foam. As I said before, I prefer this one without foam because it's smooth. So today we are going to be learning how to make this clutch step by step. Some of them come with linings. Why others don't come with lining? You have to make the lining yourself. In this particular course, I'm going to be showing you how you can make the ones with lining and the ones that don't come with lining, how you can fix the lining and put it on your clutch. You can wrap this clutch with whatever fabric you want. You can use leather, you can use ashoke, you can use jean, you can use adire, you can use lace, whatever fabric that catches your fancy, you can use it to wrap your clutch. It also comes as a removable clutch, an extra chain, so this how it comes. I'm also going to be using gum. The gum I'm using, energy gum. So I've turned part of it out. B6000. So I advise you to get E6000. It's stronger than B6000. And for the finishing, because super glue are usually very strong, we are going to be using super glue. So you can use any brand of super glue that is very strong. We are going to be applying gum on it. We need foam. This foam is a bit thick. You can use the lightest one depending on how puffy you want it to feel. You don't have to put foam. Okay, I've done the ones that don't have foam before. So I just apply around it. I think most of our project we are using gum. So please learn how to manage gum, please. And always make sure you close your gum. What I do most time, if I'm using any glue, adhesive cutters, I just pour out the one I want to use, like the one I know it will be enough to finish that project. I have to move from the inside because it was getting dark. So just apply gum all around this. You're going to place it on top. Okay. Place it on top. I'm just going to use my hand to kind of press it in. Right. See the way I'm pressing it. I'm going to trim. As I said, it's optional. You don't have to add foam, just to give it that foaming kind of feel. Alright, you can also use wadding in place of foam, and you can use a very light foam depending on how foamy you want it to be. Okay, so just trim it off like this. Alright, I will add foam to this so you can see the difference on top. It does not stain the chain. Basically applying gum. The gum is getting kind of dry now. Just apply gum around it. I'm not going to add foam to this. Another thing you can do, you can use two different fabric so that the person who wants to carry it can carry it in either way. When he carries it, one particular fabric will show. When the person carries it in a particular way, a particular fabric will show, and when he carries it in another way, it shows the other kind of fabric that I use for the other side. The fabric I'm using is the print. So the wrong side now is going to face up while the right side face down. So the way I know the right side from the wrong side, the number, so the right side always have the number kind of straight, like the way it's inscribed there is straight. When you turn it upside down, the numbers are going to be reversed. So the reversed part is the wrong side. It's right enough. Take it. I'm not putting any foam. So one thing I would advise you do is you iron your fabric first before you lay it on it. That's the I want to use. I'm going to be folding it in. So kind of just put it in excess. Just make sure it's going to cover everything like this. Make sure it covers it, able to go through it. If I fold it like this, I'll just cut around this place. So I don't want to cut it to be too small. pull it just the same way we'll be doing, to just make sure it's smooth. I'm using my hand to just smooth out the wrinkles. You can as well iron it because there's no foam here. It will be easy for you to iron. Okay. So I'm going to fold this inside. Let's make everything smooth out. I'm going to be folding this inside. Then we'll apply gum on the edge. Apply gum on the edge so that when we fold, just be inside. But I'm just going to trim some out, but it seems to be the excess seems to be too big. Trim out, guys. Once again, I'm sorry we am filming. So the good part of this course is that you can always do a video to repeat any part that you don't understand. Okay. Remove this. Going to put the photos in. Before then, we are going to apply gum inside your cotton wool that we're going to be using. I'm just going to be using it to apply gum on a very tiny space. Applying gum on the inside because we are folding it in, so we want that place to be sticking. So by the time we fold the fabric in, it will just stay. So be careful so you don't stain your fabric. My gum is getting very thick. I've gotten this gum for a long time and I opened it. That's why it's getting hard now. It's no longer as light as it used to be. Most time I use my hand too. It's first time when I use my hand.
Quick one before we continue. This is one of the bags that we made in our online class. So we are making over 12 bags, different design. It's for intermediate, for beginner and for advanced with 30% discount. Register now.
I'm just going to fold it in. Make sure my hand is not stained with gum. Like this. Just the typical way you usually fold in. Just ensure whatever you are doing, just ensure your hand is not stained. And let it get sticking first. So you can see. Try to pull it. And this fold here. Trim off the excess. If you find out that the fabric is too thick at a certain place, just like this, just take your scissors and trim it off. Okay, trim it off like this. I think it's okay. You put this inside. So there's not much gum here. I'll take my cotton wool because a tiny space. So apply gum on your tiny space rather than using a bigger brush. You can just use a cotton wool. You apply here. Be careful so that it doesn't stain your fabric. I'm just going to apply that. This one does not have foam. This one has foam. So you see the difference. That's why I'm doing it like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm apply gum here, put it on the fabric that we want to use. Okay. So this particular purse, to make it very simple, we can do it in less than 30 minutes. You can finish it. I'm not joking. Less than 30 minutes. Very easy to do. So I have two purse to cover like this. It does not come with lining like this. I'll show you how to fix the one without lining. Put the lining to it. So practically what I'm doing right now is applying gum here. just apply gum around it. Wrong side is always up. Like this is the wrong side, facing up. Now place this on top, making sure there is space to work with. Make sure there is space, enough space. Just going to trim. Not too small, so it can go through it. You can always measure like this, like see what it can cover it and be able to fold it in like this. Okay, make sure it's not too small, or else you have to redo it again. I'm trying to trim off the excess now. What I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to fold it in like this and pull it to avoid some wrinkles. Can you see that it's puffy? Can you see? So that's the difference. So I just pull it in like this. So the next thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'll just apply gum inside so I can fold it in. I want to fold it in. Okay, so I'm just going to apply gum inside to fold it in. With my finger, you can as well use your cotton wool to apply the gum. So I'll be using my finger for yes. All right, so if you dart the agent, use your cotton wool to apply gum. So guys, we're almost through. I'll just quickly apply gum on this. So I'll let it get sticky. Then I'll fold it. Make sure your hand is not stained. Even if there's gum in your hand, let it dry to not stain your work. So once it's sticking, I just push it in all around. Anyone that is too excess, you can always cut the excess off. Make sure that there's no fold in any corner. So I'm trying to push the fabric out. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm trying to push the fabric out, guys. Okay, this is not edited. You can see the way I'm doing it. I'm just taking my time. If there's fold in any part, I'll remove it and redo it again. I want it to be tight, so make sure it's tight. To be needing these two glue. This is B6000. I would advise you use E6000. It's stronger than this, and we're going to be finishing it with super glue. Super glue is always necessary when making such thing. When we are making bag, it's very, very good, very strong for finishing work, bag work. This particular frame comes with lining. You don't know how to sew lining, please get the ones that come with lining. So I guess it's already opened. You are going to need your cotton wool to spread the gum after you put it in the frame. So you are going to be putting it inside the frame. Okay, inside the frame. So this is it. You can see it coming out. So I'm just going to spread it. Be careful so you don't put it at this part of the frame. I'm basically putting it inside the frame. You can see the tip. It's also very good to apply it because the tip is very narrow and pointed. So when you put it like this, you let it dry. You spread it out and let it dry. So you fix it one after the other. Okay. Once it's dried, I'm going to start with it first. Can you see this? Can you see how fine this one is? I use foam on this, so it kind of wrinkled. It's not as smooth as this. There's no foam on this particular one. Why there is foam? There's foam on this. So can you see the difference? Depends on what you want. Please do not put your gum mistakenly on this shiny part of it. It will destroy the beauty of your bag. So I'm just going to take it like this. Okay, it's going to fit in. It's going to fit in perfectly because it comes from it. Please, when you are getting frame, make sure you get the one that has lining to make your work easy. So you press it inside and you hold it for a while. Okay, so this work I'm doing, I'm not editing it, so you see what I'm doing. If there's any mistake I'm making from doing this, you will realize and learn from it. So you look for any pointed objects and you poke it in while you hold it in place like this. You press it so that it can gum or glue well. All right, just poke it in. Poke the fabric, this fabric that is coming out, make sure it's well poked in. So you're just going to hold it in place for a while it dries. If I want it to be that hard, I use my super glue. Very important. So you just put super glue some strategic points and you hold it in place. It's not like it's not going to stick with this B6000, but super glue will make it to be very, very durable, even more durable than when you sew sometimes. Okay, so you hold it in place. I'm going to cut this tape. Then just put it, kind of hold it in place. Right, so guys, I tried to open this super glue. It's already sticking, it's stuck to it because I've used it for a long time. So I'm just going to use this. Okay, so normally I'm supposed to use the tip so it can go where glue is, just to hold it in place to make it very hard. All right, just quickly do this. I will always advise you use super glue to finish your work. We have two of these to do anyway. When I'm doing the other one, you see the way I apply super glue to it. So we'll take this other one. So once you are sure that this one is already hard, we are going to be putting this one. This one has foam. Okay, this one does not have foam. So me, I think I prefer this one that doesn't have foam. In terms of how it feels, I prefer this. But in terms of the look, it looks smoother than this. So you can try out the two. Just the same way I'll be applying gum. You just apply gum in this frame. Can you see the frame? You apply gum, just press the gum inside. It's working. This is the frame. Okay, this is the frame. Can you see the frame? It has holes inside. So you apply gum. You can also put super glue. To me, I would prefer you use super glue because super glue will make it stay better. So you put super glue. When you are get the one that has lining. It will be easy for you to use. Okay, so you take the frame. I'm going to press it inside. Okay, I'm going to press it inside. This one is going to be quite hard because it has foam inside. It has foam, so it's kind of hard. So I'll press it. You just press it that same way. Very easy to do, guys. Like you can do it in less than 30 minutes. You can do it. So just press it inside. Press it inside. So I'll just press, like press. As I'm pressing. So when I finish pressing now, I'll use a sharp object to poke the fabric inside. Please, these scissors, be careful. If you are using, you can use a screwdriver because scissors can tear your fabric. I'm holding it in place so that it can stay. So if you see any part coming out, you just poke it in. That's it, where I'm poking it in with my scissors. You can also use screwdriver. And I'm going to take this tape. Kind of use it to hold it together. Then I said before, I prefer these guys. Let's check the final outcome. So I'm just going to open it. After about 30 minutes, open it, just pull this off. Right, so this is it. So it comes with a light chain, a tiny chain that you can use to carry across your shoulder. This is the frost. This is one without foam. Guys, can you see how fine it is? This is the one with foam. Okay, as I said before, I prefer this one without foam because it's smooth, while this one with foam is better to feel if you touch it because it's foaming, but in terms of the look, it's kind of wrinkled. You can decide the one you want. That's why I made it in 2 different ways, so you can decide. All right, so again, if your customer says he wants something that is foaming, you can try to go for this. This is the inside. This is the inside, and this is it, guys.